Alright guys, hope you're well, keeping safe and had a good weekend. Man, I was hoping I wouldn't have to make this video, but Twitter was blowing up on the weekend with some very unhappy people. The inventory bug that's persisted from the demo was meant to have been fixed with a patch on Friday. I believe the patch was for PS5 and PC, with Xbox to become later on. I think the Xbox one did happen on maybe Saturday or Sunday. But instead, reports came flying in almost immediately of increased inventory wipes. It appears the patch had inadvertently made things worse than before, with many players scared to even log in now, myself included. Let's talk about what's going on and why People Can Fly have to fix this right now. Drop a like and subscribe to stay up to date with all the videos, guys. Your support is truly appreciated. I think it's fair to say that whilst Outriders is a lot of fun for many people, you've only got to look at the concurrent players on PC to see how many people are currently playing this game to understand how good this game is. I mean, we don't even have the console numbers, but I presume they're going to be pretty high as well. So the game is fun for loads of people. The performance and bug issues are really starting to undermine what is a good game. It's becoming ever more clear the infrastructure this game is built on may have some serious issues, the biggest right now being the inventory wipe bug. Now, I myself have not been quiet about how bad the matchmaking is, multiplayer, constantly crashing me to the dashboard on Xbox. The other day I actually made a tally and within about 6 hours of me kind of matchmaking and even some solo play, I crashed 21 times to dashboard here on Xbox. And this is just one of the many issues that I've personally faced. I've had the first person bug, which at first was actually pretty cool, but actually it stops you from doing anything, so you have to restart the game. The HUD disappearing, I've had that. Again, that stops you from doing anything, so that's a restart. I was playing with my friend Rogue Gaming, fellow content creator here on YouTube, the other day, and it took me over 10 minutes to sign into the game after I had been dashboard. Cannot connect to server error. That still plagues me and many others. You know, these are just a few to name. And you know what? I enjoy the game so much that I've done my best to ignore these problems and still play the game. Even if I only play 1 expeditions an hour due to all of these bugs, I will still do that because I enjoy the game so much. There's only a few select games in my 20 years or so of playing games I would still continue to play with so many problems. But I'll be honest, I don't think I could bear an inventory wipe at this point. And that kind of puts me in a very precarious position. On one hand, I really want to play and I take that risk. But on the other, I'm not really a risk taker. And I don't think I could take an inventory wipe. If that happened, I honestly think I'd probably just put the game down, to be honest. I mean, I've put a lot of hours into this, and I just don't think I could take having everything removed for me. I think that would be the last nail in the coffin. And when you think about it, it's kind of unacceptable. I bought the game like most people, and I'm too afraid to actually play the game. I bought in case the many hours and the days of grinding just get completely wiped from beneath me. I don't want this to become a rant video because that's not my intention, or a, you know, feel sorry for me type video at all, but you know, I have to admit this has become a really big problem at this point. Now, if this only affected like -1% of people, if that's even, I don't even think that's a number that you could put up, but you get what I'm saying. If this only affected a few people, that would still be a huge problem for sure, but I think I'd probably take that risk, knowing that actually the chances of it happening to me are very, very low. Unfortunately, it's not 1%. It's looking like it's way more than that. At least if you look at the comments on the official Outriders Twitter posts of late about the problem on Friday, every comment on the post on Friday, if not every other comment, is someone posting evidence of them losing all of their progress, basically giving up on the game. So, how many of you guys are taking the risk? I'd like to know that in the comments down below. If you're not taking the risk, have you just moved on to other games for now, or have you maybe started a new alt account? I tweeted out today that I don't think I'm going to be playing until I know that my gear will not be wiped, and I don't know how long that's going to be, because the devs have not given us any kind of time frame. They've not said, look, this will be fixed in a week or a couple of days, simply because I guess they actually don't know how to fix it at this point. The fact that it's persisted since demo makes me believe that they don't know how to fix this. I could jump on an alt account and play through the game again, but there's still a risk that progress might be lost along the way. So really, just the idea of losing all my progress regardless of what I'm doing, that idea to me is not something I want to. That's not something I want to take, which is why I'm probably not going to play the game until it's fixed. Now, many people have said this bug is almost exclusive to matchmaking, to multiplayer, which does appear to be the case for the majority of people. But there have been reports of this happening in solo play as well. And with how my solo experience has been, again, I don't think I'm going to risk it. I've had so many problems as a solo player. Probably as much problems as I have in a group, to be honest. Maybe a little bit less lag, less crashes. But I'm still getting all the same problems I experience from multiplayer in solo, just probably less frequent. So I think when I did, because I played solo the majority of the time up until Expeditions, and I even played Expeditions solo for a period of time before I got to the higher tiers, where I kind of tried to join groups or join friends and stuff. And I had those crash issues before that multiplayer experience. So it's definitely there for me personally as a solo player. And so I guess the question is, where do we go from here with all of these problems? Well, People Can Fly, as usual, they've been very vocal, they've been very transparent, which is always good. And they've said that this bug is their top priority, as you'd expect, providing some information on how you might be able to safeguard against this happening. And they said that the moment you notice that your gear has disappeared, immediately force close the game and then reboot it. They said this may safeguard you. There's no guarantees, of course. They've also applied some additional preventative measures yesterday, which they state are reducing the occurrence of the issue. And whilst that might be true, again, you've only got to check the comments to this post, and you're going to see how many people are still experiencing this problem. And not just this problem, but many of the other bugs still running rampant in the game, like the could not connect to server bug, the bug that haunts my dreams. In fact, if you read the comments, many people are reporting new bugs, like characters freezing when using skills and then them being dashboard, and then, unfortunately, probably losing all of their stuff. So, to put it simply, the game is in a pretty bad way right now for so many, which hurts me to say, because it's a really fun, it's a very addictive game that has me excited to keep playing. It's probably the first game since the Division 2, and when we get Destiny 2 DLCs as well, that has me excited to play the game. At least until I complete the Eye of the Storm, which is kind of the end game, and that's kind of where the game ends for most people, because it's not a live service game. It is a complete the game, and you're pretty much done unless you're moving on to alt accounts, which is probably not something that I'm going to do. Like I said at the start, I didn't want to make this video, I really didn't. I'd much rather report the latest patch having fixed the majority of the bugs, and then I can go ahead and actually play the game this evening. But that's not the case. I'm not going to be putting it on. I'm just not going to risk it. If you're one of those people who've not experienced any kind of issues at all, then I'm very, very jealous. Fingers crossed the devs have found the root cause for the inventory bug at least, and that a patch is already in the works to be released ASAP. Unfortunately, I don't think that's the case. The devs have been very vocal and transparent about everything, and I presume if they had found the issue with this and they found the root cause and they had a patch being prepared, they would have relayed that information to us all, and that's not come forward yet. Until then, guys, I'm probably going to be going back to play the Division 2. There isn't any new content. However, there's still some stuff on there I'd like to do. There's still some weapons I'd like to collect, exotics, all that stuff. I'll probably jump on some Destiny 2 as well. I haven't played that for a little while. But yeah, let's hope People Can Fly can fix this game as soon as possible, and then I can get back on it and I can get to the Eye of the Storm. Thanks for watching. Should there be a further update, then I will cover it here, of course. But until the next one, Epic out.